This one idea could make or break Gen Z in the workforce. Boomers have twisted a timeless truth into something that only benefits them and crushes the next generation. There is an old proverb: if you are faithful in the little, then you will be faithful in the big. If you are dishonest in the little, then you'll be dishonest in greater responsibility.
What is it about you that meant that you were successful in a male-dominated industry, in an industry that's incredibly difficult to be successful in?
My advice to all young people getting into their first job especially, but even later jobs, is my mission when I started was to make my boss look brilliant. My boss wanted to communicate, he was an economist, wanted to communicate in charts that he couldn't find. So I figured out a way. I went to our time-sharing system and I figured out a way to make these charts and delight him.
Kathy understood the value of stewarding another man's field. By proving herself worthy of stewarding the field of Art Laffer, she showed that she was worthy of managing her own field. She also understood that if Art hadn't honored her efforts, that it would have been time for her to move on to another person, another field, another job, to someone who would honor the time and effort that she was putting in.
Why is it important to make your boss look good?
Well, I think because if you do make him look good, first of all, you owe him a debt of gratitude if he turns around and gives you more growth opportunities. So, but if he or she doesn't, then it's time to go to the next place where you make that next boss look brilliant and maybe you have the growth trajectory.
Art continued to be a mentor and advocate for Kathy well into his retirement, as Kathy began to grow her own empire. He honored her efforts with this letter.
Art Laffer, he wrote this letter describing you.
To you?
To me.
Oh.
He said there was this young lady named Kathy Duddy, later Kathy Wood, whose face was the map of Ireland and whose ambition was over the moon. I was a tough teacher and grader, and Kathy's first steps were shaky, but in short order she rose to the occasion and aced the course. Impressed as I was, and believe me, I was very impressed. I helped Kathy land her first job at Capital Group in LA, and from that point in time, it was game on. I followed her career closely after Capital Group, then on to Pillow, and her final job as an employee at Alliance Bernstein.
Mm-hmm.
As you may imagine, she was the star investor at each stage. And in 2014, Kathy took a giant entrepreneurial leap in the founding and funding of ARK Invest.
Kathy is an example of the prosperity that comes from being a good steward. Stop waiting for the big break. Handle the small things, your boss's to-do list, your emails, your side hustle, and treat it like it's the $1 million business. When you prove that you are trustworthy with the little, you will be given the opportunity to manage more. If that resonated with you, hit the like and subscribe for more content that launches you forward.